Howard Langston is always working, even during the holidays, missing countless memorable moments with his son and family. Once again, he's stuck on the phone with clients while his son, Jamie, is preparing for his karate test to earn a purple belt. Howard promised to be there, but he left work too late, got stuck in traffic, and decided to take the shoulder to bypass the jam. That's when a cop pulled him over.
There. Are we finished now?
By the time Howard arrived at the school, everyone had already left. Meanwhile, the picture-perfect dad from next door, Ted Malton, was there filming everything on camera. Ted has been cozying up to Howard's wife, Liz, for quite some time. When Howard gets home, he has to work hard to earn Jamie's forgiveness. He promises to get Jamie whatever he wants for Christmas. Jamie tells him he wants a Turbo Man action figure, the hero from his favorite kids' movies who fights against the villain, Dementor. Howard assures Jamie that it's a done deal. But after talking to Liz, he realizes the toy is practically impossible to find so close to Christmas. Liz reminds him she asked him to buy Turbo Man 2 weeks ago, and Howard lied, saying he already had. The next morning, Howard rushes out, telling his family he's going to work, but his real goal is to buy a Turbo Man. Jamie is disappointed again because his dad missed last year's holiday parade and promised to attend this year. The parade is especially important to Jamie since Turbo Man will be there. Outside, Howard runs into Ted, who has brought a live reindeer for his son.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Howard can't stand Ted or the reindeer, which seems to hate him back. When Ted hears Howard is heading to the store for Turbo Man, he smugly announces he bought one weeks ago and already has it wrapped under the tree. At the toy store, chaos erupts. Howard meets a mailman named Myron Larrabee, who also desperately needs a Turbo Man and is willing to do anything to get one. As the crazed crowd storms the store and clears the shelves, Howard and Myron badger the staff about Turbo Man. The clerks mock them for being last-minute dads. Frustrated, Howard forces them to reveal that a lady bought the last Turbo Man figure. Howard tries to chase her down but fails. He moves from store to store, but all he gets is laughter. While Howard is out, Ted visits Liz and starts making moves on her. When Howard calls to speak to Liz, Ted answers the phone, further enraging him.
Put that cookie down! Now!
Outside, Howard bumps into Myron, who is also calling stores in search of Turbo Man. Myron suggests teaming up, but Howard refuses, offending the mailman. Suddenly, they hear that a store has received a shipment of Turbo Man figures, and they race there. At the mall, they learn the toys will be raffled off and sold at triple the regular price. The staff hands out numbered balls, but the crowd becomes unruly, and the balls are thrown into the air. Howard aggressively fights off competitors to get a ball, but Myron interferes, and Howard ends up chasing the ball through the mall. A little girl catches it, but when Howard tries to grab it from her, angry moms attack him with their purses, forcing him to retreat. A Santa Claus approaches Howard, claiming he has a Turbo Man. He takes Howard to a sketchy warehouse full of Santas and elves. They sell Howard a Turbo Man for $300, but when he opens the box, it's a cheap knockoff that falls apart. Howard demands his money back, but Santa refuses. When Howard starts to fight back, the Santas gang up on him. Just as things get out of hand, the police arrive and everyone scatters. To avoid arrest, Howard pretends to be an undercover cop.
Put them in a van and lock them up!
On the way home, his car runs out of gas. Howard pushes it to a diner to grab coffee and make a call. Meanwhile, Ted continues charming the neighborhood moms to impress Liz. Ted's son tells Jamie that his dad became this way after divorcing his mom, making Jamie worry that his own parents might split up. Jamie rushes home just as Howard calls. Frustrated, Jamie yells at Howard, accusing him of always letting him down, and hangs up. Howard, feeling like a complete failure, sulks in the diner. He runs into Myron, who shares a story about how his neighbor got a cool toy as a kid, leading to a successful life, while Myron got nothing and ended up as a postal worker. This makes Howard realize Jamie might face a similar fate. Determined, Howard vows to get a Turbo Man no matter what. A radio broadcast announces a giveaway for a Turbo Man. The first caller who can name all of Santa's reindeer wins. Howard and Myron race to the phone, but Howard gets there first and starts naming the reindeer. Suddenly, Myron rips the phone from Howard's hand. The diner's owner reveals the radio station is nearby, prompting both dads to sprint there. Myron dumps mail and packages to lighten his load, but Howard still beats him to the station. Bursting in, Howard, with crazed eyes, demands the Turbo Man, scaring the radio host, who calls the police. Howard names all the reindeer, only to learn that the station has a certificate for the toy, not the actual figure. Just then, Myron arrives and pulls out a random package, claiming it's a bomb. Hoping to get the toy, he threatens to blow up the place. The host calms them down, explaining the certificate will be redeemable once Turbo Man is back in stock. When the police arrive, Myron uses the bomb bluff again. Shockingly, the package turns out to contain explosives, though the blast only injures a cop. Howard returns to his car, only to find it stripped to its frame by local Christmas looters. He calls for a tow truck and heads home, only to discover Ted there. Ted is making himself at home, doing everything he can to woo Liz. Furious, Howard remembers Ted bragging about having a Turbo Man under his tree. Desperate, Howard sneaks into Ted's house to steal the toy. However, guilt stops him before he can finish the theft. Howard's hesitation gives Ted's reindeer time to attack, chasing him into the house and causing a massive mess. A Christmas decoration catches fire, setting off the sprinklers. Forced to throw the flaming head outside, Howard is caught red-handed by Liz and Ted. Disappointed, Liz scolds Howard and leaves with Ted and their kids for the holiday parade. Feeling defeated, Howard sits with the reindeer, sharing a beer after their tussle. Eventually, he heads to the parade, remembering his promise to Jamie. At the parade, Liz rides with Ted, who tries to make a move on her. Overconfident, Ted assumes Liz is smitten with him, but she responds by hitting him in the face with a thermos. Meanwhile, Howard runs into the same police officer who's been chasing him all day. To avoid trouble, Howard hides in a nearby building, where he's mistaken for an actor playing Turbo Man in the parade. Dressed in the superhero costume, Howard is placed on the parade float. That's when he learns he gets to pick a child from the crowd to receive a Turbo Man action figure. Of course, Howard chooses Jamie. Overjoyed, Jamie runs up to accept the toy, but their celebration is interrupted when Dementor appears, Myron in disguise. Myron chases Jamie, forcing the boy to use his hero's tools to defend himself. Jamie eventually climbs to the roof, with Myron close behind. Both end up dangling above the street. Howard activates the Turbo Man suit, flying to save Jamie just in time. Myron is arrested by the police. Back on the ground, Howard reveals his identity by removing his mask. Liz and Jamie are shocked but amazed. Seeing how upset Myron is, Jamie gives him the Turbo Man figure to give to his son, saying, "I already have the real Turbo Man, my dad." The family reunites and celebrates Christmas together, happy and whole. But in all the chaos, Howard realizes he forgot to buy Liz a present. That's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.